Hey guys, how's it going? It's Space Cowboy here. Welcome back to the channel with another video for you guys here today. We're finally out of the bye week, and aside from all the chaos that's taken place during the bye week, we still have a season to finish, and so we need to talk about the next three games and their implications for the Dallas Cowboys and how important they are and why the Cowboys, if they have any shot at making the postseason outside of winning the NFC East, if there's still a possibility for that, they need to win them. Now, before we continue, we do understand that this team has been a pain in the neck to watch, to say the least. They have done very well on the road, but at home they have not played well. And so I'm not sure what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to continue to play well on the road, and I don't know if they're going to continue to play that bad at home, but we will see how things go. So the next three games are as follows. You go on the road to take on San Francisco, you go on the road to take on the Falcons, and then you come home and you take on the Eagles. Now, each of these games have key importance to the Cowboys as well as these other teams, as we're now in the fight to get into the playoff picture. Now, taking a look at the current standings, you have Detroit, Washington, Seattle, and Atlanta as your current division winners 1 through 4. 5 through 7, you have Minnesota, Green Bay, and Chicago. Now, Chicago is tied with Philadelphia at 4 and 2, with the tiebreaker being conference record, and they don't have any losses so far, but they've only played 2 games in the conference, so of course that's going to change. But you have Philadelphia, who's 3 and 2 in the conference at 4 and 2. Tampa Bay at 4 and 3, 4 and 1 in the conference, and then you have Dallas, who is right below them at 3 and 3 and 1 and 2 in conference play. And so, if you're the Cowboys, the next 3 games you have are San Francisco, Atlanta, and Philadelphia. And we're going to go through where that would position you if you manage to win all 3, win 2 of 1, and all that other stuff. And really, like, what would be the optimal thing to happen? Well, of course, the optimal thing would be to win all 3, but let's just say that's not possible. Okay, so starting off, you need to win this game versus the 49ers. You need to get to 4 and 3 by any means necessary. I don't care how you do it. You got to get it done. I know there's a lot of Cowboys fans that are down thinking that we haven't beaten the 49ers. They're beat to hell, but we still won't be able to beat them. That's fine if you still hold that belief, because the track record is we struggle against these types of offenses that Kyle Shanahan throws at us. But if there's a chance for the Cowboys to take down the 49ers with knowing how Kyle Shanahan has been, this is the time to do it. And you're going to need to if you want to get a shot at the postseason. If you get to 4 and 3, you knock San Francisco to 3 and 5. You get a tiebreaker over them for the head-to-head. And more importantly, it's going to put them in a position where they might not be able to recover. Now, they could do the same thing to the Cowboys in that if they knock the Cowboys to 3 and 4, they knock them to 1 and 3 in conference play, and they get that tiebreaker, it's going to be really hard for the Cowboys to really get themselves going. So it's very imperative they start off on the right foot. Now, after that, let's just say they get to 4 and 3. Then you have Atlanta, and you go there, and you're going to play a huge game there. Now, with them being 4 and 3, we'll see how they do this week, and they are 4 and 1 in conference play. You want to get a win over them. That way, you get a tiebreaker, you get to 5 and 3, and now things are looking a lot better for you. Then finally, you have Philadelphia. Now, if you're someone that's in the mindset where you're like, Space, I really don't care, I just want this team to get into the playoffs, that's fine. But if you're someone that's like, I really want to think we can have a shot at the division and maybe we can do something there, well, you are still in it. And I think that if you are trying to look at it in the sense of what can we do to position ourselves to defend the NFC East title, you're going to need to win as many of the NFC East games as possible, and you're going to have Philadelphia at home. And Dallas has done pretty well against Philadelphia at home over the past couple of seasons. So if you were to basically tell me, Space, you have to go 2 out of 3, or you can only go 2 out of 3, what would you choose? I would say you beat San Francisco, you lose to Atlanta, and then you beat the Eagles. That would put you at a record of 5 and 4. And then you play the Texans the following week, which is an AFC game, not really putting that much weight on that. But they need to take this 1 week at a time. I understand that I am looking ahead, but it is to put the video out there that if you are watching this Cowboys team and you are someone that's thinking, okay, Space, what can this team do to make it to the playoffs? What are we looking for? When is it over? These next 3 weeks will tell you. If the Cowboys have a shot at making the postseason, they will win 2 out of the 3 games in this stretch. If they lose all 3, they're missing the playoffs, and if they go 1-2, their postseason chances are on life support. But if they win all 3, which all of these are possibilities, if they do win all 3 by some happenstance, they're in a very good position, not only for a wild card spot, but for possibly the NFC East title, depending on what happens, because they still have to play Washington. And right now, your goal is to stay within striking distance of those teams. So I don't really have much more to say on that, guys, other than pay attention to the next 3 weeks. We'll go through each of these games. Hopefully they come out 2 of 3 or 3-0, and if not, we'll just have a different tune to sing to at that point in time. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and with that, I will catch you guys after the San Francisco game. Have a good one. Bye-bye.